Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We are live, coming to you live today from rainy and dark Pope Francis. Today, the Pope Francis Cardinals, the undefeated Pope Francis Cardinals, come into action today. They'll take on the Hampshire Raiders. Hello, everyone. I'm AJ Gonsalves, the voice of the Pope Francis Cardinals, bringing you this live and exclusive action right here today on Pope Prep. Today, it is the Pope Francis Cardinals, the undefeated, again, I said it, undefeated Pope Francis Cardinals, coming off a huge win against South Hadley last week. They open the week today as they take on the 2-5 Hampshire Raiders. Today I'm joined by Caleb Gilmet and Lucas Cusson along with me, performing back here, doing everything possible. Again, today we are short-handed, actually. A monitor broke somehow, some way. A monitor broke, so we're going to run this broadcast today with one monitor. Congratulations to Lucas Cusson and Caleb Gilmet for just pushing through today and finishing strong on this Monday. Pope Francis, Hampshire Raiders ready to go. Undefeated Pope Francis, 6-0 coming in today. 2-5 are the Hampshire Raiders. Raiders, Cardinals. We are set to begin from Pope Francis today. Let's look at the goalkeepers. Eden Kornacki starting for Pope Francis today. The sophomore keeper is trying to look and get her her seventh win of the season. Pope Francis, Hampshire Raiders, here we go. No scoreboard today for me, so it's going to be a little bit hard to try to keep time track of the scores. So the goals today, I'm just going to have to say the names, no times, because for some reason, some way, this school, for somehow, we just can't get the scoreboard to work. But I'm sure it's going to be fixed by the next game for sure. Pope Francis looking to protect home field. Again, 6-0. Perfect season, trying to keep it alive today against the Hampshire Raiders, who are trying to play spoiler. But with a 2-5 record, certainly looks like the Pope Francis Cardinals are going to take care of business. But we'll see here. Coming up right now. A little bit of a delay here. Hampshire Raiders still trying to get ready. Cardinals have been ready to go, it seems like, for the last, 2-3 minutes. But we're ready to go as well. Reminder, folks, to like this content and subscribe to our channel. We're producing unique content like this every single day of the week throughout the school year. So no matter where you are, however you may be listening today to today's production, we thank you very much. As we are ready to go, Bella Meadows is going to tee us off. It's Pope Francis. It's the Hampshire Raiders. This matchup coming up here today, the last time these two teams played was this year on September 6th. Was Pope Francis victorious at Hampshire, winning by a final score of 5-1, helping contribute to the 2-5 record of Hampshire. Again, folks, we are set to begin. It's raining, it's cold, kind of windy outside. Luckily, I'm in a press box. Feel bad for the people outside. We've got to sit out there with the umbrellas high. And we're off and running. Pope Francis in Hampshire. Here we go from the 50-yard line. Trammell's going to try to work it inside, and it'll be Hampshire instead trying to take it. But Dillard's going to try to apply quick pressure as Kira Fitzgerald has it on the left side. Fitzgerald looking around, trying to create some space. Fitzgerald leaving it off for MIAA Dillard. Here's Dillard looking around, trying to find Meadows. Here's Bella looking for it. Bella trying to fire away, but eventually it's going to be Hampshire to clear it down the field. Not before Nora Walsh will try to give him a little bit of a hard time. Stephanie Caesar goes through her, but she eventually picks it up and tries to move it over to Thayer. Pope Francis, undefeated, trying to add on here today, trying to make it a 7-0 record. Hampshire lost to South Hadley by a score of 3-0. That was actually their last game. As meanwhile here, that could have been trouble for Eden Kornacki. Luckily, Fiala was there to just help out Kornacki and make sure they cover up. Again, not really sure about the time. We do have a running clock, I'd assume here, right? Do we have a running clock? We do. Okay. We have a clock running here on Pope Prep Productions. In case you need it, we've got you covered. Again, no scoreboard today, so I'm going to do my best to give you accurate times of goals, but it's going to be difficult for sure. Here's Maeve Trammell. Trammell creating space and finding Mila Dillard. Dillard looking around. Finds Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald leaving it off for Dillard again. Dillard's going to take it out of bounds, which means it's going to be Hampshire possession. Again, we are watching the Isabella Meadows goal count, 17 on the season. Throwing coming in for Hampshire. Trying to move it around, but Dillard's quickly there to intercept. Here's Dillard. 8 goals on the season. Moving it over to Trammell. Trammell trying to find Fitzgerald. Eventually it's going to carve back. A weird bouncing pass is going to find its way to Trammell. Cardinals going to try to work it around with Ballant, but eventually it's the Hampshire Raiders who have it. Here they come with some steam, trying to move it up with Anna Putic. Putic, the senior captain for the Hampshire Raiders. It'll eventually be covered up by Eden Kornacki. So Kornacki getting some work today, starting once again this year. Sophomore, had a terrific freshman season, coming back here for the Cardinals. Meadows Ticking it around. Here's Jordan Ballant. Jordan Ballant looking to get it going for Pope. Going to try to fire in a shot. Save is made, though. And as we get our first looks at McKenna Rogalski, the keeper for the Hampshire Raiders. So McKenna covers up for the first time today. Save made. Just getting underway here on Pope Prep. Here's Nora Walsh. Walsh has space. Finds Caesar. Here's Stephanie Caesar looking for Dillard. Dillard tried to find Sterlacci. Heads out of bounds. It's going to be Pope Francis possession. Brent Dillard leading these ladies onto the field today. First season at the helm. He's doing A-OK. Undefeated. Sit the Cardinals today in sole possession of first place. Looking A-OK are the Cardinals. They're flying now. Caesar going to try to find Dillard. Dillard has it around the 35. Ooh, spinorama from MIAA Dillard. Dillard, the freshman, has it. Bumps out of bounds. Dillard will take possession since it went off a Hampshire player, as Dillard has it here. Approaching the 40-yard line. She'll try to leave it off. Here's Bella Meadows with speed. Meadows on the left wing. Maybe he'll try to center one out in front here. Spinorama. Nice move by Meadows. Meadows trying to keep it alive. It'll head out of bounds, and I think we're going to get a corner coming in. So Jordan Ballant is going to line up to take the corner kick for Pope Francis. It's going to be the first of the game for either side. It'll be Pope Francis with the first corner today. So Jordan Ballant will take the corner kick. Cardinals trying to jump on the board early against the Hampshire Raiders. Nothing amounts there. It's just going to be a quick cover-up for McKenna Rogalski. Cardinals looking for it. Fialo has it at the 50. Termel's going to eventually try to take it. Termel over to Nora Walsh. Walsh moving it around. Finds Stephanie Caesar. Caesar comfortably over to Dillard. Dillard, shake and bake, tries to find Meadows up top, but eventually it's going to be Hampshire, or will they get there? Meadows is going to try to give him a run for the money. She's got it. Here's Meadows, shaking and baking on the left side. Meadows trying to go all the way, and it'll eventually head out of bounds, and I think we're going to get a corner, unless the official down there says differently. He does. Goal kick coming in for the Raiders. Hampshire Raiders, you may remember them from the hockey season last year. Round of 16, it was an incredible game. Went to overtime. Josh Ivey netted it for Pope Francis to move on to the round of 8. But that was certainly a gutsy performance by the Hampshire Raiders there. Almost knocked off the Cardinals that day. As you know, the Cardinals would go on to become state champions. That'll head out of bounds. Going to be Pope possession. Stephanie Caesar wearing the captain's armband, along with Kira Fitzgerald and Bella Meadows this season. Nora Walsh has it. Kicking it back. Here's Stephanie Caesar. Caesar looking for Fitzgerald. Speaking of the other captain, Fitzgerald trying to find Dillard. Dillard trying to get involved. It'll carve off the left knee of Sterlacci. Here's Caesar. And before we can do anything else, we've got a whistle. I think it's going to be a free kick coming in for the Cardinals. It'll be Steph, who's going to work quickly with pace of play. She'll find Maeve Termel. Maeve Termel once again wearing that face mask that's commonly seen in basketball games. Perfect pass behind the back pass from Dillard to Caesar. But unfortunately for Steph, she couldn't hold it in for very long, which means the Hampshire Raiders are going to try to take it the other way. Again, coming to you live today from rainy Pope Francis. Not the greatest conditions here in the fall, but it's commonly expected. A little rain today, cloudy skies, cold. You can really start to feel the fall coming in. Pools closing around New England, leaves starting to change colors, leaves starting to fall for that matter. You know it's fall. Fitzgerald trying to find Dillard, but it's going to head out of bounds as we get our first look. Now the Hampshire Raiders head coach, his name is Steve Croft. So Croft entering another season with these Hampshire Raider ladies, holding a 2-5 record for them. It's going to head out of bounds. Be a repeated motion here for Stephanie Caesar, who will throw in. Coming up this week, folks, we've got some games here on Pope Prep. It's the boys' soccer. The next time we'll be back in action. Boys' soccer versus Mount Greylock at 4:30 on Thursday, September 28th. Next time we'll see the girls back in action is Friday, September 29th, as they'll take on Pittsfield here at 4:30. So some 4:30 games to come out and catch your Cardinals playing. Cardinals here in a battle with the Hampshire Raiders. It could be a little surprising. Again, only lost to South Hadley by a score of 3-0 as the Raiders have it here, trying to come out the left side, but it's going to be a cover-up from Kornacki and a Putic, the senior captain for the Hampshire Raiders, firing in the shot, but it was A-OK for Kornacki. Goal kick coming in from Kornacki, looking down the field, and eventually the Cardinals will get there with Fialo. That's going to hang up for the Hampshire Raiders. It'll be Pope Francis trying to take it here. Fitzgerald trying to find Bella Meadows, but Hampshire gets in the way. Pinballs off Nora Walsh over to Maeve Trammell. Trammell kicking it back to Thayer. Thayer's just going to look for Caesar, but the pass is picked off here by Hampshire, but they can't do much with it. It'll head out of bounds. .32-17 to go here in the opening half. Great question. I mean, the scoreboard today, nothing's on. It appears that Angel hasn't shown up today. I'm not sure what's going on down there. No one's even opened it. I figured I'd be a gentleman and bring it down there for them, but no one's going to use it, so that's what we're left with here on Pope Prep. Again, the time on your screen right now is the time we're going to go off today. So all goals, everything we say is going to be based off of that time. Here's Kornacki. Kornacki to Maeve Trammell. Trammell trying to find Gabby Fialo. Trammell looking upfield. Putting on the x-ray vision, finding Meadows. Here's Bella Meadows, the Yukon commit. Meadows trying to cut around. The Hampshire trying to get there. Trammell takes a tumble for it. Gets possession back for Pope. Here's Kira Fitzgerald. The shot. She scores. Kira Fitzgerald puts it in for Pope Francis. And just like that, the Cardinals have the lead. It's 1-0. At the 31-19 mark, it's Kira Fitzgerald putting it in for Pope Francis. It is 1-0 Cardinals. Cardinals taking care of business. Score at least within the first 10 minutes. At the 31-19 mark, Kira Fitzgerald. And that's a goal for the Cardinals. So Kira Fitzgerald adding on to her stats this year. Make that 5 goals for her now. Kira Fitzgerald putting it in. The senior captain, number 24, gets another one for Pope Francis. At the 31-19 mark of this game, Cardinals up by a score of 1-0, thanks to Kira Fitzgerald netting her 5th goal of the season. Also has 7 assists to her docket as well. So they're going to tell me the time. Not sure why. I'm pretty sure Mr. Goda is going to try to do something here with the scoreboard and try to figure it out somehow, some way. But it's a goal for Pope Francis. Good goal for number 24, Kira Fitzgerald. So we're going to try to do the time calculation here. Got to put on my time calculator. Mr. Jeffrey might go down there to try to help him help out Mr. Goda. I don't know. He's contemplating it. Going to turn on our time calculator. Again, weird things happening around the Pope Francis sports scene. Scoreboard not working, making it extra difficult on me. Pope Francis goal, her 5th of the season, scored by the senior captain, number 24, Kira Fitzgerald. Time in the goal, 8 minutes, 41 seconds. It's Fitzgerald at 8:41 to give the Cardinals a 1-0 lead. So 1-0. Luckily, I'm here to save the day without the scoreboard. Helping them out down on the field level. And they're going to try to do everything they can in their power. They've got to plug it in. Not sure if Mr. Goda knows that or not. But Stephanie Caesar is going to look around here. Caesar trying to create some space. Hampshire trying to get there as well. Nora Walsh. Walsh looking down the field. It's going to head out of bounds. Hampshire with possession. Trying to create some space. They are. It's Isabella LeBaron. LeBaron trying to chip it around. Tried to find Shane Moynihan, but couldn't. Hampshire will still get it back here. Trying to move it inside. Fialo's got to be careful. And Kornacki will cover it up. Kornacki has it. There's Kornacki to Sterlacci. Ella Sterlacci. Around the 35. Gives it back to Dillard. There's MIAA Dillard. Dillard with space. Dillard trying to find Maeve Trammell. Here's Maeve. Maeve looking for space, but it's going to be a cover-up and a quick one, indeed, from McKenna Rogalski. Cardinals going to try to get it down the field. Here's Sterlacci. Termel over to Dillard, and Dillard frustrated there. Heads off for a cleat. It's going to be Hampshire possession. Dillard gets it right back, though, for Pope Francis off the Hampshire throw-in. Sterlacci. Sterlacci looking for it. Hampshire going to try to take it down the field. Caesar trying to get there as well. It's going to head out of bounds. Ooh, big tumble there. It's going to be a goal kick coming in for Pope Francis. That was a big tumble from Macy Bowler. So Bowler, the senior captain, got a face plant into the track. What we like to call that there. So Kornacki will kick us, or boot us rather, back in the play. Eventually, or will it be Walsh? It'll be Walsh assigned with this goal kick here. Pope Francis up 1-0. In case you're just joining us, it's Kira Fitzgerald. Put it in for Pope Francis to give them the 1-0 lead early on in this first half as Sterlacci has it. Here's Ella Sterlacci over to Nora Walsh. Walsh to Stephanie Caesar. Caesar, and it's going to head out of bounds off of Hampshire. I believe it was Macy Bowler again. He got in the way of the Stephanie Caesar pass, trying to hit Dillard. So Caesar is awarded the throw-in. Going to be a handball here, I'm pretty sure. Again, heads off of Isabella LeBaron for the Hampshire Raiders. Again, Stephanie Caesar will be a repeated motion. She'll throw in. Here's Dillard. Mila Dillard. Ooh, nice spinorama from Dillard. Dillard looking up the left side. Shake and bake. The break of the ankles. And an excellent transition, putting her at midfield this year in her freshman season. They got a star for years to come, to say the least, here at Pope Francis. It's going to head down the left side of the field, and it will eventually head out of bounds. It'll be Pope possession still. According to our calculations, 26:30 to go here in the opening half. It's going to head out of bounds. I assume that time's a little bit off. I'm not sure if we stopped the clock after the goal. I don't think. Oh, you did? Okay, good. It's good. Okay. At least the clock got stopped, so we can have a little bit of an accurate time for you today. Termel going to head out of bounds. .841 was the time of the goal for Kira Fitzgerald, putting it in for Pope Francis, 5th of the season. Cardinals up by 1. Mr. Jeffrey coming back inside now after his venture with the scoreboard. Looks like it didn't work, Mr. Jeffrey.
It did not work. Only the time was up, and because of the rain, we figured we don't want to make it any worse.
Okay, that's a good idea. Yep, Mr. Stelzer was telling me today that he thinks he knows what the problem is, so we can get into that. Yep. Sterlacci looking inside, trying to fire it in, but eventually it's going to go to the left side. Termel in a race for it, trying to keep it alive here for Pope. On the yellow chalk, it heads out of bounds. Referee says it's going to be a whistle, and it'll be heading the other way. Yeah, so Mr. Stelzer was actually telling me today that in order to fix it, he has to somehow get up onto the scoreboard, go under the home side. Apparently, there's a setting that he has to play with, and I think it resets it. From what he was saying, I don't know. So, I mean, that is a daring task. When you get up to that scoreboard, I mean, it's bigger than it looks. I mean, sitting in the stands, it makes it look really small. When you get up there and you look at that, I've been over there before. It's
about 15 to 20 feet up.
It seems like a rigorous task for Mr. Stelzer to have to handle there, as Mila Dillard is going to have to take it. Rigorous task. That's what I said, right? Yeah.
Or a rigorous.
Oh, a rigorous task. Okay. All right.
It's good. Somebody who does rigging.
Yeah, rigor. Yeah, or rigging. Yeah, we'll go rigging. Yeah, how about that? That's going to head down the field. It's going to be corner. It's going to be a free kick, actually, for Pope Francis. It'll be Bella Meadows. This is dangerous territory for the Hampshire Raiders. Bella Meadows with 17 on the season. We've seen Meadows do it before. At the 26-yard line, or excuse me, rather the 27, the soccer ball sits. Opportunity for Pope. Meadows with the free kick. Not going to try to aim it on net. Instead, it's going to go the other way. Hampshire will look for it. Meadows will try to get that back there in a moment's notice, but eventually Hampshire has it. They'll look down the field. Cardinals look a little quicker than Hampshire, to say the least, right now, as Hampshire's still looking for it. Pinballs off on Nora Walsh's right leg, out of bounds. Going to be Hampshire possession. throw in. It'll be a header for Dillard. It'll remain Hampshire possession. Fans have filed in. I mean, even in the conditions. You know, one thing I do not like about just stadiums in general is when it rains and there's bleachers. That feeling, like when you have to sit down on wet bleachers, is just that's not good. It's a good idea to bring your own chair to these things, like Caleb Gilmet said. Personally, I like sitting in a press box, as Bill Meadows has it here, trying to shoot it down the field, maybe trying to find something with Fitzgerald, but eventually it's going to get pinballed around to Jordan Ballett. Ballett trying to leave it off for Termel, and eventually it's the Hampshire Raiders getting in the way. They'll try to move it down the field on the left side. Took a little spike off the head of Anna Putic. She'll try to work it down the field still. Gabby Fiala running into a Raider sandwich there. Raiders looking down the field. Good possession here down the left wing. They have it. Putic looking in. And a cover-up is made by Kornacki.
Although technically, if they were the bread, that would make her the same.
Yeah, it's a good point, too. Well, just keep. I don't know. I don't know what to say here, man. 1-0 Cardinals lead. Fialo gets sandwiched. For some reason, this game is more of a comedy show for me than any game that I've probably ever done. This is just turning into a comedy hour here as the Cardinals just avoided a major danger zone there. Major danger zone. I mean, that was very close. They're right next to Kornacki. That was almost a goal for the Hampshire Raiders. But the Cardinals, the undefeated Pope Francis Cardinals, are ready to move it down the field. They have Maeve Termel. Here's Termel at midfield, trying to work it down the right side for Ballett. Ballett trying to win the race down the field. Ooh, boy, that was a little collision there. Jordan Ballett and McKenna Rogalski meet for the first time today, running into each other. One of the slowest collisions that I have ever seen, but we'll go with it. Time running down here in the opening half, as you can see on your screen. Again, you're getting a better experience today than the people here. You know, no scoreboard, 21-25 to go. You get to see the scoreboard, folks. And the people here, unfortunately, don't. It's going to head all the way down to our friend McKenna Rogalski for the Hampshire Raiders. They cover up. They'll boot us back into play. Cloudy day. Louis Hayes is about to get ready to come into this game. On the sidelines for Pope Francis, the senior number 23. Suspect she's coming in for Ballot, but we'll leave our assumptions off to the side as Bella Meadows has it here. Dangerous territory for Hampshire Raiders, but it's going to head out of bounds. Got the sub coming on for Pope Francis. Coming into the game for your Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior number 23, Lily Hayes. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the junior number 18, Jordan Ballin. So Ballin off. Lily Hayes on. Corner kick coming in. Trying to fire in a shot. Termel looking for it. Can't hang on to that one, and it's going to head down the field for Hampshire to hold possession. They have it. It's Shane Moynihan. Moynihan with streaking speed, charging down the field. Already to the Pope 40. She has it. Trying to find a big bump of a pass. But eventually, Kornacki will come in and take it. Missy Bowler was the target down the field. Referee had the hand up anyway, so Kornacki will just cover. And we will resume right now. As Kornacki kicks it deep down the field, finds Meadows with a header. Meadows trying to chip it up to Fitzgerald. It'll be Hayes helping out, finding Meadows. Here's Bella Meadows in search of goal number 18 here. Meadows loses it, and eventually it's going to head out of bounds. Hampshire coming in today, giving the Cardinals a good fight. Again, narrowly lost to South Hadley, did these Raiders. 3-0 was the final there. Cardinals knew that they were going to get some competition today as Strelacci tries to hang on. It'll be Fialo taking it here and a run for it. Eventually, it's Hampshire coming in and taking away possession. This is one of the first teams we've seen all year compete with the Cardinals in possession as Stephanie Caesar hangs on for Pope Francis and tries to find Mila Dillard. Here's Dillard. Dillard looking downfield, finds Bella Meadows. Meadows to Dillard. Dillard looking for space. Finds Nora Walsh. Walsh looking, trying to fire a curving shot, but that's going to be a can of corn and an easy save for McKenna Rogalski, the senior keeper, one of the three captains for the Hampshire Raiders, rather. Excuse me. Can't believe I'm already saying it, folks, but we're approaching the end of September, and we're approaching the stretch run of the fall sports season. I mean, this one flew by. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a senior. I don't know. Entering my last season covering Pope soccer here as a student. As Stephanie Caesar has it for Pope Francis. Feels like it's all coming very fast. Leaves already starting to change. I mean, it's the beautiful scenic time as well. I mean, the leaves are going to start changing. Trees are going to be all different colors. And this is why when you really live in New England, this is one of those, the early October portion is something that you really look forward to as a New Englander. Just from personal experience, as it's going to head out of bounds. It's going to be Hampshire possession. Fans today. Lots of umbrellas in the stands. Kind of blocking my view, but it's okay for the moment. Going to be Pope possession here. A little miscue from the Hampshire Raiders. Throw in for Dillard. Coming in. Finds Meadows. Here's Bella Meadows. Meadows looking in. Trying to find Maeve Trammell. And eventually it's going to be a cover-up and a save for McKenna Rogalski. Maeve Trammell was in quite daring striking position, but she could not stop it home for the Cardinals. Here's Thayer. Thayer's just going to try to move it around. And eventually it's Hampshire coming in and taking it down the left wing. Dangerous position here for Pope. Hampshire looking in the middle. Here they come trying to fire in a shot, but it goes just over the net. Great opportunity for the Hampshire Raiders on the road to draw it up and level it, but eventually the shot goes just over the net for Isabella LeBaron, the junior. I've got to admit it. Hampshire's come in here today, not afraid of anything, and they're down by a goal, but it's close. It's very close. The time of possession overall, passing, it's close. The game is not that far out of reach for Hampshire. They can easily get back into it. A goal makes this a huge turning point in this game. The next goal really is a huge turning point. Cardinals can get back on top. Looks like it could be a long, long day. But if Hampshire is somehow, some way, able to find a way to put it in on Kornacki, it could be a long day. Or it could be, rather, be closer than anyone was thinking today. Going to be a little tie shoe conversation here. MIAA Dillard and one of the players down. It's going to be Hampshire possession. Chugging along here today on Pope Prep. It's a Monday after a long weekend. Not a long weekend, but a Friday through Sunday. Lots of people going to the Big E over the weekend, coming back to the work week, Monday through Friday. Hey, soon enough you'll open your eyes and it's going to be Friday afternoon. Sterlacci looking inside, trying to find Bella Meadows. One of the big excitement portions of the day for Pope Francis students was realizing that Wednesday is going to be a half-day remote day. So students will just log on for half the day, and they'll have the rest of the day off. So a little treat for them to enjoy this week. The Hampshire Raiders have it. Grandparents' Day coming up on Thursday and Friday as well. Cardinals trying to clear it out. Stephanie Caesar looking to do so. A shot here. Oh, boy, that was close. Striking distance again from the Raiders. Shane Moynihan came awfully close to tying it up again. That's two missed opportunities for the Hampshire Raiders to make this a 1-1 game. But eventually, the shot again goes over the net. Coach Brent Dillard having a little word with Mila Dillard. A little frustration starting to set in. Only up by a goal. This game is closer than anyone could have thought. Here's Lily Hayes on the right wing. Hayes going to try to find Meadows, but it's not even close. Hampshire's going to take possession. Fialo looking inside. Hampshire still has it here. Trying to work it down the left side of the field. Thayer's going to come in with a right knee and try to karate chop it over to Trammell. Here's Maeve Trammell. Back to Thayer. Thayer looking for space. Finds Trammell. Here's Maeve Trammell at the 40-yard line, kicking it back to Nora Walsh at the 40. Shakes and bakes her way to the 50. Nora Walsh going to the 40 of the Raiders, and that's going to be a cover-up and a can of corn for McKenna Rogalski. Hampshire looking for space. Can't find any. It'll be Gabby Fiallo. Not holding it in for long. Hampshire on the left wing. Big opportunity for them. Trying to strike back and tie it up. They'll try to cross it to the middle. Hampshire could have an opportunity here. Look out if you're the Cardinals. They are trying to clear. Sterlacci trying to do the same. And eventually the Cardinals will get a reprieve because Maeve Trammell is there. Trammell is going to work it over to Hayes. And now Lily Hayes will try to work it up the field, trying to find Meadows on the right wing. Meadows with speed, trying to come in, trying to take it from Hampshire. But eventually it's solid defense from Lila Watkins making the play for Hampshire. Here's Watkins with the shake and bake on Lily Hayes, but the pass is picked off by Maeve Trammell. Trammell's going to find a wide open Bella Meadows on the right side at the 10-yard line. Meadows going to try to cut it inside for Kira Fitzgerald, but it eventually hits the right side of the net. Goal kick coming in from Hampshire. It'll be Maeve Trammell. Trammell trying to find Meadows. Meadows looking for it. Caesar. Stephanie Caesar at the 50. Here's Caesar. Caesar trying to get going. But again, it's been tough-nose soccer today. Tough-nose football from the Hampshire Raiders. Raiders working it down the left side quick. They've got it to the 20. Working it to the 10, and it's going to take a deflection off the hip of Fiallo. Fiallo trying to keep it alive for Pope. It'll head out of bounds. Trying to point it in her way, but the referee is going to disagree. It's going to be Hampshire possession. Coming down to the closing stages of this opening half. 11:40 to go now. Hampshire's going to take their time. Put us back in the play. There. Going to try to take it. Walsh will instead. Walsh will find Meadows. Perfect pass to Bella. Bella's going to try to find a streaking Mila Dillard. A little bit behind. Dillard will take it. Here's Dillard. Dillard looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to get there. Foot race. It's going to head and stay in bounds for Kira Fitzgerald. Here's Kira looking inside, trying to find a shot. Here's Lily Hayes. The hot shot from Hayes goes just to the left of the net. Big opportunity for Pope Francis, but they could not cash in. Fitzgerald put in the hard work. Tried to cut it around, try to make it stay alive for Pope Francis. Had Lily Hayes wide open, and Hayes pushed it to the left. Good opportunity for Pope to make it 2-0, but they couldn't eventually. Cardinals will look for it again. Lily Hayes will try to make up for the mistake there. Going to head the other way, though. Here comes Hampshire. Hampshire looking for space. They've got it. Around the 35-yard line. Hampshire, both two players running into each other, essentially. They're going to try to look down the field. Hampshire looking for it, and Kornacki will cover up. 1-0 is the Cardinals' lead, thanks to Kira Fitzgerald. Other than that, it has been a dogfight for the Lady Cardinals today. Caesar looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald on the left side of the 50, but eventually Hampshire's there with nice midfield presence. Going to head out of bounds, though. Pope Francis will take possession. It'll be Stephanie Caesar. With it, she'll try to find Mila Dillard. Dillard looking for Sterlacci. Sterlacci having a hard time handling things. Dillard. Mila Dillard looking for it. Caesar trying to get back there now. Cardinals in a dangerous position here. They are up 1-0. It's been Hampshire that in the last 20 minutes at least. They have just come out and thrown punches with Pope Francis. Meadows looking for it. Fitzgerald trying to get there as well. Here comes Hampshire, trying to work it down the field. Goes to the boot of Fiallo, and Kornacki will cover up again. Getting a good game today. Hampshire Raiders coming into play. They mean business here in this opening half. Kornacki, kick going down the field. Trammell going to look for it. Trammell trying to find it. It'll be Louis Hayes. Here's Hayes. Hayes on the right side, trying to look up the field for Bella Meadows. Here's Bella Meadows, looking for goal number 18. Meadows looking around, trying to fire a shot. Did that hit the post? I think it did. I think it hit the post for Bella Meadows. Hayes trying to work it back inside the Meadows. And eventually, Hampshire will clear. Good opportunity for Pope Francis, but they cannot score with Bella Meadows, who had her 18th goal in her sights. but the post got in the way. Stays a 1-0 game for Pope, though, as Maeve Trammell will move it back to Hayes. Hayes will try to cross it in for Dillard. Dillard going for the old bicycle kick, but eventually it'll squirm to the left side, where Kira Fitzgerald is going to take it. Fitzgerald cutting it back and moving it back to Caesar at the 35. Here's Stephanie Caesar. Nice pass to Dillard. Dillard trying to move it down the left side. There's a little creative up and go, but eventually up and go is no and no, and it's going to head out of bounds, and Dillard will throw it in. Dillard's throwing. Finds Sterlacci. Ella Sterlacci on the left side. Fans complimenting. Like the strategy there from Sterlacci. It's Meadows. Bella Meadows. Back to Walsh. Nora Walsh with a little bit of space. Not much, though. It's quickly coming in. It's Hamden. They'll make the play, but eventually the refs do not like it. Macy Bowler with some nice defense there on Walsh until the very, very end of that portion. And Stephanie Caesar will boot us back into play. Or will it be Trammell? They'll call on Trammell to boot it back into play. 7:12 to go now in the opening half. Maeve Trammell is going to tie her shoe. Cardinals know it's a big moment in this game. Trammell looking downfield, trying to find Bella Meadows. Meadows, the shot, and the save is going to be made by McKenna Rogalski. High goal kick coming in for Hampshire, trying to find it, and eventually the Cardinals are going to try to get it back, and they do. It's Dillard. MIAA Dillard has been a shining star in the opening half for Pope Francis. Jordan Ballant getting ready to come back on. Dillard trying to fire a shot, but it's a can of corn, and a save for Rogalski. Kick coming in again. Dillard in the same spot, uses the header, kicks back to Walsh, takes a weird bounce on her, and eventually it's Shane Moynihan trying to do something, but it kicks back to Fialo. Fialo trying to hit Dillard streaking, but eventually Hampshire got in the way. Here's Hampshire looking for it. It's going to head out of bounds off the cleat of Caesar. Cardinals still looking for it. Stephanie Caesar trying to get there still. It's going to head out of bounds. No. Takes a corral off the shins of Caesar. It'll be played over to Walsh. Walsh flushing it to Dillard. Dillard to Sterlacci with a nice move to the 50. Sterlacci looking down the field. Finds Kira Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald at the 10-yard line, trying to go coast to coast. Fitzgerald, Meadows couldn't stub it home. Goes back to Hayes. Hayes trying to fire a shot. Blocked by Hampshire, and they are going to get awarded with a corner kick. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the junior wearing number 18, Jordan Ballant. Coming off the field for your Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior number 23, Lily Hayes. So Hayes gets a little applause. Heading off, Ballant back on the field. Cardinals could use a goal, trying to make it 2-0 before the half. Less than 5 minutes to go here. Sterlacci looking around, trying to find Meadows. Kicks back to Dillard. Dillard's shot goes through the field goal posts. Good opportunity for MIAA Dillard. Had the second goal on her cleat, but shot it just over the net. Good opportunity for Pope Francis nonetheless. I mean, how many times are we going to say that in one season? Good opportunity, but I couldn't stuff it home. Again, undefeated Cardinals, undefeated season on the line today. Cardinals getting a much closer game than what you think by looking on the Mass Live standings and realizing that the visitors today, the Hampshire Raiders, are 2-5 and 2-4 in division games, as Thayer. He's going to look for it, and he'll chip it back to Kornacki. Here's Eden Kornacki in the Garden of Eden. Eden kicking it around, finds Thayer. Thayer, chip pass to Walsh. Walsh with the shake, the bake. Has it to the 30, moving in. Bella Meadows. Meadows trying to find it there, and it's going to be kicked down the field. It'll be Gabby Fialo taking it for Pope Francis. Nora Walsh trying to get there as well, but eventually Hampshire. Again, I've got to give it to Hampshire. They've come out here today, and they've played with excellent momentum, taking the momentum really out of this place. It's you could hear a pin drop outside. Not much to do for the Cardinals, but this could be a break here. Bella Meadows has it. Bella Meadows with the second goal on her feet. The save is made by McKenna Rolgowski. That should be an all-day long Bella Meadows goal. It usually is. But for here, it's Rolgowski again covering up. Has been a huge decisive factor for Hampshire, and the reason why this is only a 1-0 game for Pope Francis. Here's Mila Dillard. Dillard shakes her way through two Hampshire defenders, heads out of bounds. It'll be Pope possession. Or will it be Hampshire? Okay, referee changes his mind. It'll be Hampshire possession. At the 50-yard line, Hampshire will try to throw it in, and it'll be Dillard with the header, trying to kick it around. Fitzgerald sends someone to the turf, gets a little piece of the yellow yard line, or the yellow 50, in her mouth, as Hampshire will try to do something here. It'll be Colette Thayer on the back ends, taking it for Pope, finding Sterlacci. Here's Ella Sterlacci getting bamboozled down to the turf. Whistle will blow, and it'll be Milo Dillard throwing it back in for the Cardinals. Cards up 1-0. Approaching the last minutes here of this first half. About 2.5 minutes to go here in this opening half. It's Milo Dillard. Dillard looking around, finding Sterlacci. Sterlacci looking for it. Takes a Lucci got tripped. Referee agreed there. It was Addison Makevich who got in the way. Sterlacci is going to be awarded a free kick, and Termel will take it. About a minute to go. Cardinals trying to jump up 2-0 to head into the break. Termel at the 40. Booting it back into play here. Meadows looking for it. Cardinals trying to get there. They're going to call handball. Are they? Let's see. Whistle blows. Is this going to be a penalty? I think it's going to be a penalty. Massive decision coming in from the official. I think so. It's going to be a penalty. It's Stephanie Caesar who's going to come on and take it for Pope Francis. Stephanie Caesar at the stripe. Trying to add on for Pope Francis, making it a 2-0 lead. Can she? Will she? Yes, she will. All day long for Stephanie Caesar. She puts it in. And just like that, the Pope Francis Cardinals have their second goal thanks to Stephanie Caesar, who nets her first of the season for Pope Francis. Stephanie Caesar off the pen goes bottom left, and it's a bullseye for Pope Francis. Stephanie Caesar with the goal, and it's her first of the season for the Cardinals. So Steph, they called her up to take the pen, and she puts it in. 2-0. The lead now for Pope Francis. Cardinals looking for it, trying to create some space down the field. Meadows trying to get there, and the Cardinals are going to need room, but they can't get it. Pope Francis goal, her first of the season. Scored by the senior captain, number 19, Stephanie Caesar. Dillard. Dillard looking for space. Trying to find something here. It's going to head the other way. Hampshire, they've had such a good half, but they're down 2. They've really taken the thunder to the metal, or pedal to the metal, rather. Pedal to the metal. Man, oh man, the tongue twisters are starting to get to me. I'm going to take this piece of gum out of my mouth. There we go, much better. I'll never get twisted by a tongue twister again. Ballot, we'll try to make the play here. But it's going to be Hampshire who will take possession. Sterlacci trying to get in the way. Sterlacci tumbles to the turf. Good opportunity. Well, Sterlacci. Cardinals trying to get back. Hampshire trying to get within 1 as we head toward halftime. Good opportunity here for Hampshire. Thayer will clear away, though. It'll head out of bounds. Any time now, a referee will blow his whistle dead here in this half. Again, we, unfortunately, do not have the exact time on the field. It'll be referee time from here on in. Due to the scoreboard not working, we can't tell you an approximate time. So it's going to head out of bounds. Or, excuse me, rather, it'll be Jordan Ballot taking it. Ballot working downfield. trying to find Meadows. Dillard trying to get up there quickly. Hampshire going to boot it around the field here. Just trying to play keep away from the Cardinals, trying to at least head in with a 2-0 deficit, not 3-0. It's going to head the other way, and Ballon appears to be in a little bit of pain here. Kornacki's going to cover up. Kornacki looking downfield, finds Dillard. Here's MIAA Dillard. Dillard with space, finds Kira Fitzgerald. Kira Fitzgerald at the 45-yard line. We'll chip it over to Ella Sterlacci. Sterlacci looking for space. Finds Bella Meadows. Here's Meadows. Meadows trying to fire on a shot, but the save is made. Right into the chest of McKenna Rogowski. Referee looking at his watch. Any time now, this opening half will be history. Cardinals looking for it here. Hampshire going to try to take it the other way. Stephanie Caesar's going to headbutt it out of bounds, and that's going to be it. Half over. Cardinals head into the break up 2. Coming up, we've got the halftime report. We'll break down what we saw in this first half and look forward to the second half. That's all coming up. Stay tuned. The Pope Prep halftime report starts in 1 minute. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinals up into the break by a score of 2-0, thanks to a goal from Kira Fitzgerald at the 31-19 mark. And then Stephanie Caesar came in from the pen. A little handball from the Hampshire Raiders gave the Cardinals a 2-0 lead. I mean, for the Hampshire Raiders, you've got to be sitting to yourself saying, what the heck? We had a great first half. Really came very close to them, 50-50 in terms of possession. And passing, I mean, it was just as close on both sides. I mean, Cardinals probably had a little bit of the upper hand there in that opening half, but Hampshire has been no sneeze thus far. Coming up, folks, we've got the second half. It's poised to be a good one here. I mean, if Hampshire can just stay in it, that's the question with these teams usually. Can they stay with the Cardinals for 80 minutes? 80 minutes of soccer, can they stay with them? For the few games that we've seen here thus far, the answer has been no. But Hampshire today looks to become the first team that can say yes. Coming up, folks, this week, it's a big week on Pope Prep Productions, as it always is. Again, we are entering the stretch run of the fall sports season already, and they think I'm crazy for saying that. But, folks, it's September 25th. Playoffs around the corner. And we've got dandies for you this week. First, it's going to be boys soccer on Thursday, September 28th. This Thursday, coming up, Mount Greylock coming back into town. They'll take them on at 4:30. We'll see if Keegan Sears is going to be ready to go for that game. Friday, September 29th, girls soccer. We'll see them back in action as they take on Pittsfield here at 4:30. For those games and more, visit Pope Prep, or you're watching right now. Like this video, subscribe to us. We're producing the unique content like this every single day of the week. So no matter where you are, however you may be listening to this telecast tonight, We thank you. Coming up, we've got the second half from rainy, cloudy, just dreadful Pope Francis today. Cardinals, though, sunny on the field, 2-0. They're up. Coming up, we've got the second half exclusively on the Pope Prep YouTube page. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to resume this game. Second half, teams are going to switch sides. Hampshire going to work from right to left. Cardinals are going to work from left to right. We're ready to go. Referees are set. Hampshire is set. Pope Francis is set. Here we go. Ready to begin in the second half. Just about set. And here we go. Pope Francis, Hampshire, ready to continue here on Pope Prep. And Hampshire will start out with possession. Again, teams working on opposite sides now. Cardinals will work from left to right, and Hampshire will work from right to left here in the second half. Nora Walsh has it for Pope Francis. Walsh looking upfield, finds Trammell. Cardinals going to try to start out the second half here with a bang. It's Bella Meadows. Meadows in the first minute of the second half trying to fire a shot. She scores! Bella Meadows puts it in for Pope Francis, and just like that, the Cardinals have the lead again. It's 3-0 thanks to Bella Meadows putting in her 18th of the season. Bella Meadows starting out the second half with a bang. How about it? 18 on the year for Meadows. Bada bing, bada boo. Again, we've said it before, folks. Can teams hang in with Pope Francis for 40 minutes in each half? Bella Meadows puts it in. 18th of the season. And just like that, the Cardinals now have a 3-0 lead thanks to their senior captain. Pope Francis goal, her 18th of the season, scored by the senior captain, number 15, Isabella Meadows. Ballant looking down the field. Can't find anything. That's just going to be a sea of white. As Meadows will try to get there, trying to make the play. It's going to head out of bounds, and it will be Hampshire possession. Sterlacci looking to make the play to Ballant. Jordan Ballant looking for Dillard. Mila Dillard trying to make it 4. Dillard trying to cover it in. It'll head to the left of the net. So Bella Meadows makes it 3-0. So Bella Meadows, Kira Fitzgerald, and Stephanie Caesar. The 3 captains getting it done for Pope Francis today. 3 captains, 3 goals. How about it? Caesar, in this order, Fitzgerald, Caesar, Meadows. Fialo will try to make the play here. Fialo takes a tumble, but Hampshire still with their eyes on the prize, trying to move it down the field, and eventually it heads out of bounds. So just a little bit of unraveling here from Hampshire, who had such a great ending to that first half, other than the last minute or so, where things just started to implode, to say the least. The Cardinals got on the board, made it 2-0, and now 45 seconds in, a couple minutes into this half, the Cardinals make it 3-0, thanks to Bella Meadows. Again, anytime, anywhere type of offense is what Pope has this year. Ballant looking inside, trying to make the play to Sterlacci, but it's picked off by Hampshire. They'll try to work it down the field. With possession, they have it. Eventually, Thayer. And we'll try to get back there. Fialo has it now. Goes over to Walsh. Nora Walsh working upfield, finds Maeve Trammell. Trammell looking on the long ball, trying to find Bella Meadows. Meadows with space, perfect pass to Kira Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking to make it 4-0. No, it goes through the field goal post. Cardinals trying to sing. Another one bites the dust. That would have been the dagger, really. But it heads out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick coming in for the Hampshire Raiders. I was a little late on the Bella Meadows goal horn there. I was stuck on another tab. Didn't really expect them to score. But 45 seconds in, a couple minutes in, anything can happen. Maeve Trammell. Trammell in possession to the 45. She'll shoot it upfield for Jordan Ballant. Here's Ballant looking for space, trying to find Ella Sterlacci. Sterlacci has it. Sterlacci looking inside, but the cover-up is going to be made here from McKenna Rogalski. Cardinals looking forward here, but eventually the Raiders are going to get under it. The Raiders. I mean, if you're a football fan, you might be thinking, what happened to the Raiders yesterday? To be honest with you, not really sure. Not why didn't understand the decision to kick a field goal instead of going for it on fourth down, but that's a conversation for another day. As Dillard's going to try to fire in a shot here, and the save is going to be made by the Raiders. Again, previous meeting this year was a 5-1 win for the Pope Francis Cardinals this year, and that was the only goal in that game. That is the only goal the Cardinals have allowed this season, the opening one against Hampshire at Hampshire on September 6th. Since then, it's been a run of the Cardinals that has just been unstoppable. Haven't given up a goal. They've scored a lot of goals as well. The goal ratio is in the neighborhood here. Let me just do my quick math here. Going to add it up on the fly. Maeve Trammell is going to boot it back in. But a 33-0 run is what they're on. And adding in today's factors now, it's 36-0. That's the run they've been on since that Hampshire game. 36-0. The run they have been on. Amazing stuff from the Pope Francis Cardinals this year. And that's what makes the undefeated teams undefeated, to say the least. Game winding down quickly for Hampshire. Fought very hard towards the end of that first half. Things began to implode for Steve Croft and his crew, right when Stephanie Caesar went to the penalty area and put it in bottom left off a handball. Steph was awarded penalty. 3-0 it is for Pope Francis. Before we can do anything else, the referee is going to hold the whistle here. It'll be Fialo throwing it in. Fialo looking for Bella Meadows. Meadows trying to find Ballot. There's Jordan Ballot. Ballot trying to make the play and tussle for that one. And both players are going to get a little exchange and a little laugh as well. So Jordan Ballot and Leela Watkins got into a little skirmish there. A little laugh about it from both players. Kicking it in here is Hampshire. Hampshire on the left side trying to make a play. 2-14s running after it. The one in red clearly comes away with it. It's going to head out of bounds, though. Trying to make the play there was Anna Putic, but it rolled out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick coming in. And, folks, beginning tomorrow will be the period to email. That's right, folks. Tomorrow starts the process of finding the next voice of the Cardinals. That's right. I'm going to be leaving very soon, so someone's going to need to take this job. If you're interested in it, have any interest around the area, we can use you. So just email me at any time before October 1st. From that point on, you'll be considered to be the next voice of the Cardinals, so we're going to rely on you. That's right. Coming up soon, it's going to be not my show anymore, but someone else for the future. So we're going to find the next voice of the Cardinals, someone that's just as passionate about sports as I am. So stay tuned if you're interested out there and interested in becoming the next voice of the Cardinals. Ella Sterlacci has it for Pope, though. She'll move it over to Stephanie Caesar comfortably. Caesar with space to the 35-yard line. Takes it back to Maeve Trammell. Trammell looking around, trying to fire in a shot to Meadows. Can't. Trammell will move it over to Sterlacci. Sterlacci to Ballot. Here's Jordan Ballot. Ballot with space, trying to find Trammell. Trammell loses it, but gains it right back. Trammell moves the payload over to Gabby Fialo on the right side. Fialo is going to try to cross it over. Going to try to find Meadows here. Meadows trying to get there. Can't. And it'll be Hampshire clearing out for the moment. They've got it. They'll try to chip it down the left side. Hampshire with speed is Anna Putic. Here's Putic on the left side. Trammell is going to go try to give her a run for her money, but eventually it's going to be no help at all as Kornacki will cover up and kick it out to Trammell. Trammell loses it, though. Hampshire trying to take it the other way. Nice defense from Thayer. Caesar trying to help out as well. Caesar with space. She'll clear it down the field to Mila Dillard. Olivia Dolan getting ready to come in on the sidelines. Here's Dillard. Mila Dillard on the far left side, far side of your screen. Trying to make the play down the field, but eventually it's going to be a whistle. Cardinals looking for it here. Laura Walsh trying to find it. Cardinals looking for it, trying to clear it out of their own zone. It's Fiala. Fiala will take it. Gabby looking around. Still has it here for Pope. Gabby looking to do something here, just trying to work it out of her own way. Finds Ballot. Jordan trying to level it up for Meadows, and eventually it's going to get cleared down the field to Dillard, MIAA Dillard, to Kira Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to create space, and eventually it's going to be taken in by the Raiders, and not for long, though, as Stephanie Caesar's going to get back there, sprinting to get it. She does. She'll kick it over to Walsh. Again, Lily Hayes and Olivia Dolan getting ready to come in on the sidelines, as Stephanie Caesar has it, kicking it back to Walsh. Walsh back to Caesar. Caesar looking upward, finds MIAA Dillard. Here's MIAA Dillard. Dillard looking down the left side, trying to cut it to the center, actually, to Meadows. A little weird bounce it took. Hampshire still trying to keep it alive here. It's going to head out of bounds, and we are going to get our subs on the field. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior number 11, Olivia Dolan, and the senior number 23, Lily Hayes. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the junior number 14, Gabriella Fiallo, and the senior captain number 24, Kira Fitzgerald. Cardinals looking for it. They've got it with Trammell. Trammell with Ballot. Ballot to Sterlacci. Sterlacci going to kick it back to Ballot. Jordan Ballot in a hustle for that one. Jordan Ballot looking around, trying to cut it to Meadows. Bella leaving it off to Gabriella Sterlacci. Sterlacci trying to fire on a shot, and the save is going to be made by McKenna Rogalski. Good opportunity for Pope Francis. Nice pass from Meadows to Sterlacci. They can't cash in to make it 4-0. Trammell will go up, trying to get there, trying to make the play. Eventually they can. Again, folks, I'll remind you of the games coming up this week right here on Pope Prep. Thursday, it's going to be boys soccer. They'll be in action right here at 4:30. They'll be here to take on Mount Greylock. And then on Friday, the girls soccer will be back in action. We'll get them one more time before the weekends. They'll be taking on, let me get my computer up here, as the Cardinals will try to fire on a shot. It's going to head down the field. Girls soccer is going to be here again. I'm sorry about that. They'll be here to take on Pittsfield. So we'll be here live for both games. Coming up this week, it's Pope Prep Sports. We've got you covered all week long during the high school sports season. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill by now. Champions play here on the best high school sports media team, high school sports YouTube page in the country. That's right, you heard it from me, in the country. You know why it's the best, guys? Well, it's our high school, right? So that's why it's the best. See, got you guys. Right, see, laughing about that one now. Cardinals looking for it down the field. Meadows trying to get there. Squeaks through almost the entire Hampshire Raiders team there, but eventually one Raider is able to clear it out. There'll still be it'll be a Cardinal throw-in coming in. A little pouring of water coming down your screen there. 26 minutes to go in this one today. Cardinals can probably start singing another one's going to bite the dust here, but they'd like another goal just for finishing touches as May Fitzgerald is getting ready to warm up on the sidelines here as MIAA Dillard has it. Dillard trying to fire on a shot, and the save is going to be made by McKenna Rogalski. Caesar going to look for it. It'll be Trammell taking it, not for long. It'll take two corrals off her knee. Dolan will try to get back there as well for Pope Francis. Thayer trying to cut it down the field for Meadows. Meadows trying to come away with it, but eventually it'll be the Hampshire Raiders with possession still. Thayer looking for it. Goes to Trammell. Here's Maeve Trammell. Trammell looking down the left side, finds Lily Hayes. Here's Lily Hayes. Hayes, perfect pass to Meadows, but actually it's not a perfect pass. They went just past her. Good opportunity, good look for for the Cardinals, but eventually they can't stuff it home, so it'll remain a 3-0 game. It's like repeated motion. I mean, I hate to say it here for the visitors and Hampshire Raiders, but it seems like after every goal kick, it just goes right back to Pope Francis. A lot of these games we see it here. Goes right back to Pope Francis, and then they just take it the other way. But here, Hampshire has it, trying to get on the board for the first time today, and eventually they can't. Good look for the Hampshire Raiders with Anna Putic. The main person of the Hampshire Raiders show, but goes just to the right of the net. It'll be Cardinal possession. Entering about the halfway point in this second half. Fans, umbrellas high. Just fighting off the cold and rainy weather today. Luckily, we're in a nice press box. So we get a little bleak here of our tarp over the camera. Only the wind took it down. We're going to send somebody up to the roof to take care of that problem for you. We do apologize about the top right of your screen. That's just simply our cover. We've got someone working on it right now. As you can see, the camera bouncing up and down as Meadows has it around the 20-yard line. There we go. Much better. Jordan Ballant looking for it. Ballant has it. Over to Olivia Dolan. Dolan looking for space. And eventually the Hampshire Raiders will try to take it the other way. So camera's back to normal here. Stephanie Caesar at the 45-yard line. We'll chip it over to Maeve Trammell. Trammell with space. Quickly trying to come into the Raiders zone. Raiders able to get the takeaway. Here they come. Trying to work it up midfield. Maeve Trammell just too strong, too fast. Gets it back for Pope. Pope Francis up 3-0. Turning into a clinic here in the second half. Raiders not much of anything. Only one chance from Anna Putic that we've seen. And other than that, it's been the Cardinals in pure domination mode right now. Trammell with speed, moves it over. Dillard. MIAA Dillard trying to fire it in the Meadows, and eventually the save is going to be made by McKenna Rogalski. Trammell over to MIAA Dillard. Dillard going to try to find Meadows, but it's going to go past the right side of the net. And here we go. Sub's going to come on the field. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior number 26, Maeve Fitzgerald. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the junior number 18, Jordan Ballant. So Maeve Fitzgerald will get onto the field for the Pope Francis Cardinals. Sterlacci will try to get there, trying to make the play. And eventually, it'll go to Stephanie Caesar. But not for long, as it's going to go over everyone's head. And eventually the Raiders have it on the right side, trying to keep it alive. They are. Nice pass, but it goes right to the Raiders, but eventually not for long. The pass from Emma Allen, the senior, was just not on point, but the Raiders are able to get it back. And they've got it with Anna Putic. Putic trying to roll it into the middle of the box there, but eventually Walsh is back there in the nick of time, and the Cardinals will try to take it the other way. Meadows going to try to leave it off for Sterlacci. Sterlacci couldn't hold it in for long. Fiallo getting ready to come back into the game. Dolan trying to get back there with speed, looking for it. Hampshire trying to set it out in front, but Caesar is there. Caesar will clear. Good look for Hampshire, but again, nothing amounts to it. Dillard. Dillard to Meadows. Meadows looking inside, but eventually it was Hampshire that was inside and not her. Cardinals still trying to get there. They've got Stephanie Caesar. Caesar still looking for something, but eventually rolls back for Nora Walsh. Walsh with space to Caesar. Steph on the sidelines has MIAA Dillard. Dillard. Creative spin move. Another spin. Another shake and bake, trying to fire a shot. It's going to go out of bounds, and Gabby Fiallo is getting ready to come out in the field. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the junior defenseman number 14, Gabriella Fiallo. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the senior defenseman wearing number 11, Olivia Dolan. Dolan off, Fiallo on. Give Fiallo a bit of a rest. Pope Francis will look for it. Hayes trying to get there. So is Termel. Sterlacci has it. Here's Ella Sterlacci. Sterlacci trying to get it to Fitzgerald, but the pass is picked off. It's picked off, and running the other way with it are the visitors, and the Raiders have it. Trying to approach the 10-yard line. Good defense, though, from Gabby Fiallo. Sends someone flying down in the turf. No call. Fiallo wants one. Thayer gets stuffed out of bounds. We're going to get a whistle here, and it's going to be a goal kick coming in for Pope Francis. Things are starting to get rough out there on the field. Or will it be a free kick? It'll just be a free kick. Okay. It'll be Maeve Termel doing the honors, putting us back in the play. About 20 minutes to go in this one. Sterlacci. Gabriella Sterlacci has it. Moving it up. Here's Stephanie Caesar. Perfect pass again from Sterlacci. Caesar cutting it back. Sterlacci. Sterlacci trying to find Dillard or Meadows. They're going to find neither, and instead they're going to find McKenna Rogalski, who covers up. Cardinals, it looks today like they're going to finish this game out, improve, and make it an undefeated season as Fiallo trying to clear it out of harm's way. She does. Winning plays again by Gabby Fiallo down the field. But eventually the Raiders are going to come in and pick off the pass. They've got it, and they're running the other way with it. Libby Putic. Putic, the sophomore. Trying to fire in a shot here, but Kornacki is able to make the save. Gabby Fiallo taken down to the turf. Things really starting to get chippy as Termel. Going to move it over to Dillard. Dillard trying to find something there with Hayes. And Dillard, well, beside herself now, missed the pass. Sterlacci. Trying to do something. Oh, boy, that looked like it hurt. Oh, man. She took a flip turn, really. Hope Sterlacci's okay, and we're going to have an injury timeout. We'll step aside. We're going to take our camera off of that. Coming up, we've got the rest of this half. Stay tuned. Cardinals up 3-0. Hope Sterlacci's okay. We'll check on her in a minute. Coming up in 30 seconds. All right, we're coming back with a Cardinal free kick. Sterlacci got off on her own power. Looks like everything's okay. Here's Termel. Termel going to look inside, trying to find something here. Whistle blows before we can do anything else. Offsides is the call. Hand goes up. It will be goal kick coming in. Fitzgerald looking for it. Trying to find it here is Maeve. Meadows trying to get there as well. Meadows trying to leave it off for Fitzgerald. Had a hard time getting there was Maeve Fitzgerald, but eventually going to get worked down the field. Walsh trying to find Dillard. Mila Dillard trying to get there. Termel is as well. They're looking for it. Here's Stephanie Caesar. Caesar with space. Stephanie Caesar has it. Caesar kicking it back. Maeve Termel. Termel to Mila Dillard. Dillard with room. Shake and bake. Dillard up top to Ballant. Gets back to Ballant, actually. Here's Jordan Ballant, the former South Hadley player, first year at the Cardinals. Termel going to try to fire in a shot. Save, rebound, they score. It's Bella Meadows again. Just like that, lightning strikes. It's 4-0. It's Bella Meadows. Bada bing, bada boo. Money in the bank was Bella. So for Bella Meadows, make that not goal number 17. No, not goal number 18. Now goal number 19 on the season. That'll make it 4-0 for Pope Francis. Bella Meadows again, getting it done right for Pope Francis. Senior captain, second goal of the game. And Bella Meadows puts it in, second of the game for her. Still captains all the way around. Pope Francis goal, her second of the game and 19th of the season, scored by the senior forward number 15, Isabella Meadows. So Meadows puts it in. Again, just a little bit too hard to keep track of an accurate time for you. I'm trying here on my end, but I think we just missed a couple pauses maybe on the clock. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I should have told you guys to pause it. So I'm just going to say the goal from here on in. Again, scoreboard not working, so it's not really our fault. I'm doing a great job up here. I'd like to thank Caleb Gilmet and Lucas Cusson. Again, I'll never forget his last name after the Friday night fiasco we had. Caleb, you missed it. It was crazy. He said his last name to me 5 times, and I forgot 5 times. So it was just one of those days. I woke up on, I think it was 4:30 on Friday, 4:30 in the morning for the senior sunrise. And stayed here till what? What time did we stay here till? 9 o'clock? So at 4:30 to 9, it was a long day for the voice of the Cardinals. Sophia DeRose getting ready to come in. Yep, exactly. Plus the pep rally. So it was a long, long day for AJ. Sophia DeRose again getting ready to come in. Senior midfielder. Suspect it could be the end of the night for Maeve Termel, but we'll see. Ballant. Jordan Ballant looking around. He's going to head down the field for Colette Thayer. 5:27 on the East Coast right now. 2 Monday night football games tonight for AJ to watch. He's got his favorite team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Philadelphia Eagles first, and then Bengals and Rams in the second game. So 2 Monday night football games. I like it. Cardinals looking the other way. Here's Dillard. Lila Dillard trying to find Meadows. Pass gets blocked. Dillard's going to be able to get it back. Dillard has it. Here's Dillard, the Meadows. Meadows kicking it back. Mila Dillard. Dillard trying to find Meadows, looking for the hat trick today. Kicks back to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, shots blocked. And eventually, it's going to go out of bounds for the visitors. Bring get subs on the field. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior number 16, Sophia DeRose, and the junior number 17, Ella Sterlacci. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the senior number 26, Mae Fitzgerald, and the junior number 18, Jordan Ballant. Meadows trying to make the play here. Emma Corden getting ready to come in, senior number 28. Coach Trammell trying to calm down Jordan Ballant here. I'm not sure why. Hope everything's okay down there. Trammell's going to get a free kick here. Look out. Meadows looking for the hat trick. She just missed it. Just missed it, did Bella Meadows there. We got a sub coming in. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior forward number 28, Emma Corden. Coming off the field for your Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior captain number 15, Isabella Meadows. Old kick coming in. Cardinals trying to make the play. It's going to head down the field. Laura Walsh looking for it. Termel with space heading to the 50-yard line. Here's Dillard. Mila Dillard. Dillard cutting back to the 15-yard line. Finds Stephanie Caesar. Caesar looking for Termel. Emma Corden trying to get there. Emma Corden trying to cut it over to Kira Fitzgerald, but eventually it'll skew out of bounds. Caesar will kick us back into play. Caesar looking for it. It's going to head out of bounds still. There'll be a goal kick coming in for the Hampshire Raiders. Entering the garbage time portion of this game. About 10 minutes to go in this one. 4-0, the lead for the Cardinals. Meadows responsible for 2 of those goals. Stephanie Caesar and Kira Fitzgerald had both chipped in. $37-0 has been the stretch, the goals for, goals against ratio in their 6-game win streak, or excuse me, rather 5 games since that opening night win against Hampshire where they gave up a goal. So since that game, to September 6th, they have not given up a goal. This team has been perfect in every sense of the word. Cardinals looking for it. They've got Stephanie Caesar. Caesar trying to find Sterlacci. Sterlacci trying to find Caesar. Nice pass. Goes to Stephanie Caesar. Here's Steph. Steph chipping it back to Mila Dillard. Dillard trying to find Kira Fitzgerald on the left side, and that one is going to be chipped out of bounds. So it'll be a corner kick for Mila Dillard. Cardinals looking for it. Termel trying to stuff it home. She does. Make it 5 for Pope Francis. Maeve Termel with the header. The Cardinals are just out of control now. 5-0. It's Maeve Termel stuffing it home for Pope Francis. The Cardinals with a header off a corner kick. Perfection. 5-0 for the Cardinals today. Jordan Ballant and Ava Moltenbray are going to come out of the field. I believe that's going to be it for Dillard. Dillard and Sterlacci will come off. So Maeve Termel puts one in here, and that's her 4th of the season. 4th of the season for Maeve Termel, and just like that, the Cardinals have a 5-0 lead. Pope Francis goal, her 4th of the season, scored by the sophomore midfielder number 22, Maeve Termel. So Termel puts it in, adding icing on the cake today for the Cardinals. They're going to start singing now. Another one's going to bite the dust. Starters. Taking care of business. Cardinals looking for it down the field. Emma Corridon trying to get there. Here's Emma trying to make the play, but it's eventually going to roll the other way. Tomorrow it's a big day for the Pope Francis students. Might not think so, but it is. Advisory groups. First time that's going to happen. So students will be paired with a teacher and a group of other students as well. If they have any questions about Pope Francis, their futures, those are the types of questions that will be asked during those advisory groups. That'll take place for every Pope Francis student. Cardinals are going to have a fury of subs coming out of the field. So starters not done. Just a little bit of rest for them. Ballant looking for it. The Rose looking for it. Fialo to Termel. Termel looking down the field. Finds Moltenbray. Streaking Moltenbray looking up. Trying to find something and dish it around. Maybe to Corridon. But eventually No space to do so. Gonna head down the field. Stephanie Caesar looking to make the play with a boot. Thayer trying to get there as well. Caesar looking for it again. Walsh will try to help out. Nora Walsh trying to get there, and it's going to stay in bounds. It's going to take a deflection, and now it'll head out of bounds. Got 3 subs coming on for Pope. Coming into the game for the Pope Francis Cardinals, the senior number 15, Isabella Meadows, the senior number 23, Lily Hayes, and the senior number 11, Olivia Dolan. Coming off the field for your Cardinals, the junior number 14, Gabriella Fiallo, the senior number 24, Kira Fitzgerald, and the senior number 28, Emma Corridon. Cardinals with a nice sweeping pass from Maeve Termel. That was nice. Up to Ballot. Jordan Ballot trying to try to find a streaking Bella Meadows, but no. Finally, Hampshire will clear just for a minute. They'll try to take it the other way, trying to break the shutout and trying to break the streak of Pope Francis not giving up a goal and games with a shutout as well. About 5 minutes to go here. Cardinals a little bit of trouble there. Kornacki trying to keep that thing alive. Make the save. She will. Cardinals are going to improve to 7-0. They will now be 6-0 in the division. In the Curdy Fielding bracket, they will be 6-0. Cardinals are going to try to chip it down the field. It's Bella Meadows. Meadows to Ballot. Jordan Ballot. Stop on a dime and go. Ballot has it. Here's Jordan. Jordan finding Lily Hayes. Hayes. Trying to work it inside. Eventually we're going to have a whistle, and Hayes will throw it in. Lily Hayes looking for Gabby Fiallo, and eventually Walsh will try to corral it. Over to Ballot. Here's Jordan Ballot trying to find Bella Meadows. Meadows to Sophia DeRose. DeRose looking for it, and eventually it's going to be kicked near the out-of-bounds marker. Dolan's still trying to find it, though. Dolan looking for it. Playing up a bit. It's going to head out of bounds. It'll be Raider possession. We're going to do anything else. We got a whistle. Ref's going to make her wait a little bit. Raiders will eventually throw in. Coming up, we've got the Cardinal post-game, folks. I'll bring it to you live up here from the booth. We'll break it down for you and look forward to the next games that we have for you this week. We've got 2 more before the end of the week. So stay tuned right here. Pope Prep Champions play here. We've got you covered all year long. Termel to the 30. I'll leave it off for Hayes. Hayes to Molten Bray. Caesar looking for it, trying to find Nora Walsh. Walsh gets it back. Hayes looking up to Molt. He's still trying to get there. Caesar looking for it as well. The throw-in coming in. Termel looking for it down the field. Trying to find Molten Bray. Ava Molt trying to get there, trying to make the play, and eventually they'll have to get back. Will the Pope Francis Cardinals? Caesar. Stephanie Caesar kicking it back to Nora Walsh. Walsh with possession. Trying to work it up the field. Molten Bray chips it back. Termel looking down the field. This could be even more trouble. Could be a hat trick coming in. Who knows? Meadows kicking it back. Looking around. We'll find Molten Bray. There's Ava Molt. I think she tried to leave it off for Meadows. A little miscommunication there by those two. Eventually it'll be the Raiders trying to work it up. Not to worry, though. The big Great Wall of Red is there to take it in. It's going to head out of bounds. Cardinals trying to get it out of and clear it out. But eventually it's going to be going the way of Hampshire. So the Raiders are going to drop this game here today. Tough loss for them. doing everything they could today, but the Cardinals just too big to handle. Raiders missed a goal there, trying to break the shutout at least. DeRose looking down the field. Dolan. Olivia Dolan. It's going to be a 2-6 record for Hampshire. It'll be 2-5 in Kirby Fielding. Dolan. Jordan Ballot trying to find Sophia DeRose. DeRose looking for it. Got Maeve Trammell. Maeve Trammell. Meadows. Meadows over to Ballot. Here's Jordan Ballot. Ballot looking for it, trying to help out. DeRose trying to get there. Eventually, it's going to roll to the right side. DeRose. Over to Ballot again. Back to DeRose. We'll still try to make the play. There's Sophia DeRose. Trying to move it over to Bella Meadows. Meadows over to Ballot. Trying to at least try to hit Ballot. There. Finds it. Be a whistle again. Going to be heading the way of Pope Francis. Watching the ref now. This game nears the end. Have we hit 0.0 on the clock yet? Over there, Lucas? No. What's our official time on this thing? I think that's it. I think the Cardinals just won. Yep, that's it. Game over. Cardinals take care of business. Okay, so that would make sense. Cardinals take care of business. This one by a final score of 5-0. Goals by Isabella Meadows, Kira Fitzgerald, Stephanie Caesar, and Maeve Trammell take care of business. And that's it. Coming up, we've got the Cardinal postgame. Stay tuned. Champions play here. We'll break it down for you in less than a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinals take care of business. 5-0, the effect. It was 2 goals from Meadows, 1 goal from Caesar, 1 goal from, Kira Fitzgerald, and 1 goal from Maeve Trammell. They made it 5-0. Hampshire goes down. They fall to 2-6 and 2-5 in the division. Pope Francis, undefeated. Perfection continues. Their quest of perfection continues, at least. 5-0, the final today. Again, folks, we'll be back Thursday with boys soccer as they'll be in action to take on Mount Greylock. And then Friday, September 29th, it's going to be girls soccer. They'll take on Pittsfield here at 4:30. We'll have both games for you on Pope Prep with pregame and postgame coverage. For my great Duke today, great crew today. A tongue twister, I swear. Lucas Cusson, Caleb Gilmet. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you along today. We'll see you Thursday because I'm AJ Gonzalez, the voice of the Pope Francis Cardinals, saying so long from Springfield. Cardinals win 5-0. Undefeated season. Who knows? It might happen.